And NAFTA, the North American Free Trade Agreement that Clinton signed a few years ago, no, it's helped us so much. It's gotten rid of almost 500,000 jobs in this country. Jobs we didn't need, did we? and of course, most of those jobs went to Mexico. People in this country constantly complain about illegal Mexicans, right? They're coming across the border. They're taking our jobs. It's like, yeah, well, what jobs are they taking? The neurosurgeon jobs? I don't think so. I think what they're willing to do is clean your toilet and scrape your gum up off the floor. The people, they're trying to just do a little bit better for themselves. And there's no Mexican that's ever taken your job. Americans took your job. They took them to Mexico. Actually, all our good-paying jobs now are down there. Maybe we should start swimming across the Rio Grande to go get one of our jobs back, huh? Maybe that's not such a bad idea. Go down to Mexico and find NAFTA Mike.
The thriving U.S. auto industry, mainstay of our economy, employer of skilled labor, and provider of livelihoods for thousands of families. Well, that makes for good fiction, because lately the truth isn't so rosy. Ever since President Clinton signed the North American Free Trade Agreement in 1994, thousands of U.S. auto jobs have gone south to Mexico. Jobs like the one belonging to Darrell Hurt. A 21-year veteran of the assembly line, Darrell lost his job last year when GM Delphi moved it to Mexico.
Laid off again.
Laid off again. How many times have you been laid off?
12 times.
Over 21 years?
Over 21 years.
Oh, man. And now, so they keep getting rid of people at Delphi, right?
They're getting rid of people all the time. That's their intention, is to get rid of more.
But yet they're making a profit, right?
Well, they say, yes, they made record profits.
Record profits. Why are they getting rid of people?
I don't know.
Yeah. Now, where have these jobs gone?
They've gone south due to NAFTA. I want my job back. I have to make a living, and I want my old job back.
Okay, so Darrell's job was in Mexico. All I had to do was get Darrell into Mexico. So I figured, why not do what the big boys do? Hire some cheap Mexican labor to do my job for me. So I went down to Juarez, Mexico, just across the border from El Paso, Texas. Juarez, the new Flint of the New World Order. Here in Juarez, hundreds of thousands of Mexican laborers from all over the country work in jobs that used to belong to guys like Darrell. With all this cheap labor around, I was sure I could find someone to do my job for a while. I mean, heck, they get to be on TV, and I'd even throw in a flashy title, NAFTA Mike. What makes you think you could be NAFTA Mike?
Well, only because I'm willing to work for 50 cents less an hour than everybody else.
Really?
Really.
I, NAFTA Mike.
I, NAFTA Mike.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will do exactly what regular Mike does.
That I will do exactly what regular Mike does.
But for half the price.
But for half the price.
Meet Willivaldo Delgadillo, my bargain basement NAFTA Mike, all ready for his mission. NAFTA Mike's mission? Rendezvous with laid-off GM Delphi worker Darrell Hurt. Smuggle him into Mexico and get him his old job back. Darrell arrived in Mexico with big dreams of what his new life under NAFTA might hold. A new job, a new house.
Darrell, beautiful.
Yeah, blue water, huh?
A new life full of all that his adopted homeland had to offer. First stop, a typical factory worker's neighborhood to scout for a new home.
What do you think?
What's the smell?
I don't know. Maybe it comes from over there.
Build my own house here?
Yeah.
Well, where would I build it?
How about right here? You would have a riverfront view.
If I moved down here, I could work in one of the factories here and live in a neighborhood like this. It's a warmer climate. I can come down to where it doesn't snow.
Yeah, it's pretty sunny here.
Pretty sunny.
Yeah.
Seem to be nice people. I think I could live down here.
Okay.
It was time to get Daryl his job back. Point of infiltration, Delphi's Rio Bravo 9 facility.
Good morning, buenos dias.
Buenos dias, how are you doing?
Michael Hissam, Delphi Automotive, welcome to Rio Bravo 9. Michael Hissam, welcome to Rio Bravo 9.
What Michael Hissam doesn't know is that Daryl is one disgruntled laid-off auto worker.
Let me show you what Delphi in Mexico is all about, please.
Great.
In this very plant, Rio Bravo 9, we have a number of things that we're doing.
As soon as Daryl hit the factory floor, he knew he was back home. His old jobs were calling to him.
We have additional benefits. Here in Ciudad Juarez, we offer
His job from Muncie, Indiana.
to do more and different types of jobs than ever before. That represents a major change.
His GM job from Anderson, Indiana.
Classes to help employees. That puts that employee in a much more competitive position. Personally, truly a great effort on their part to improve his or her lifestyle. They want
Even the
to
one
succeed
from
every day.
Oklahoma.
They're committed to being successful. Truly an international effort. Two countries working together, competing in a global economy.
This was history in the making. An American auto worker 2,000 miles from home and right back at his old spot on the assembly line.
Okay. Hey,
Hey, man, that's
I can do this job.
Not one employee of Delphi Automotive in the United States has lost employment because of Mexico. Not one.
Not one GM worker lost their job. Well, I could think of at least one. It was time for NAFTA Mike to make his move.
We have his resume here.
Have all
His
that
resume.
information.
Yeah.
I worked for 21 years with Delphi.
You did?
Yes, I did. I actually have a shirt saying how proud I am to be a
Isn't
Delphi
that
employee.
great? Are you currently a Delphi employee or former Delphi employee?
I am a laid-off Delphi employee.
But not one person in the U.S. has lost employment, permanent, because of Mexico. And I know many people question that. We're using about 5 billion, that's billion with a B, U.S.-made components. We use billions and billions and billions of U.S.-made components. It's billions a year. U.S.-made, billion U.S.-made components built by U.S. workers.
But
We
that
need
has
to
nothing
compete
to
together.
do with, I need a job. I'm here to get a job.
I hope you, well,
I-
let me present this. I know somebody and say, hey, here's a gentleman. He had worked with Delphi for over 20 years. He feels he's lost his job. He's willing to go to work in Mexico. Don't know if it can work.
You have a personnel office?
Not here, but
Not here?
not here.
Maybe you should move here. Maybe he can help you get a...
I'll help you. We have some vacancies. I want to talk to you about that.
Okay.
Hope you've enjoyed it.
Thank you
Hope
very
you've
much.
learned something.
Okay.
Well, things had turned out pretty good down here in Mexico. NAFTA Mike had done a great job. But I thought a little financial incentive might make Daryl's job a lock. So in the spirit of cross-border cooperation,
Never expect. I think it was President Monroe who once said the area west of the Mississippi would
How you doing? Michael Moore.
Michael Moore, Michael Hissam.
Nice
Glad
to
to
meet
meet
you,
you.
Michael.
Okay.
We'd like to present you
Well,
with a prize here. This is the first week of wages for Daryl.
Michael, we're using 5 billion, 5 billion U.S. built components every year.
Right.
And those are made by U.S. people, and they're still making them. That's the good thing about it, Michael.
That's the part I don't understand. That what happened to the 250,000 American workers that used to work for General Motors?
If we could step over a little bit out of the sun.
Oh,
but
sure.
if-
200
over this way.
200,000 less jobs in the United States.
Well,
Where do you think they're going? Where do you
Don't
think those
know.
Delphi? You do know.
some.
You know where they're going.
No, Mike,
Right
I know where
behind
you're
the
going to your
skate.
interview. No, but the point is, Daryl, if you're sincere, you have a resume, I'm going to take it to somebody. And I hope you are sincere.
it looked like Daryl was going to get his old job back. NAFTA Mike had pulled it off. And the whole town came out to celebrate.
Chiclets?
Meanwhile, Daryl did the best he could with the local economy until his Delphi job started.
If I sell better than you,
And GM? Well, last year they made over $3 billion in profit.
And that's billion with a B.